Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Mang-Gust Volume 2. Coming in at number 7, we have Heaven's Lost Property. Now, this is a very interesting manga because it never had a physical release outside of Japan. There is no way to buy an English version of any of these volumes, unfortunately. If you want the series, you will have to buy the pure Japanese version, or you can just pirate the chapters online and read the translated chapters. There are 20 volumes of the series, with Volume 1 coming out back in 2007. 2007, because I was in 7th grade. And Volume 20 back in March of 2014. The final volume came out in 2014. And it covers the story of Tomoki, and he honestly he wants a peaceful life, but at the same time he's a huge pervert that's constantly causing problems. So he says he wants a peaceful life, but then goes out of his way to be as loud and obnoxious as possible to everyone around him. The thing is, like, he is a very flawed character. He is an extremely flawed character. But it is that flaw. It is the flawedness of his character that honestly makes him interesting, because you basically see his progression throughout the series, as he goes from being just annoying scum to being a very sympathetic, very heroic. One night, while gazing at the stars, a girl falls from the sky. He catches her, and accidentally winds up forming a contract with her. And it turns out this girl is a angeloid, a robot created by angels from heaven. And she formed a contract with him and became his servant. And she can do basically anything. And she is very beautiful, but he has reservations about getting turned on by what is essentially a robot angel. He has some massive reservations about the idea of getting turned on by something like that. And he's like, I don't think I want that. I don't think I want that. I don't think I want to deal with that. But he will still go out. Despite that, he will still go out of his way to get into as many perverted situations as possible. He will end up involving the angeloids in his antics, in one way or another. It's a series that is highly focused on comedy. There is so much comedy in this series. There are just jokes every other panel. It is just such a funny series. But it's not the only thing that the series has going for it. The characters. A lot of these characters are so likable. Some of them, not so much. But at the same time, even when you don't like the character, you are always fascinated by them. Even the characters that I hate so much, like the main villain, I hate the main villain so much. And yeah, he's the main villain. You're supposed to not like him. But the things that he does and the things that he ends up getting away with just really grind my gears. Like, I really hate him. But at the same time, I also wonder exactly why. Why does he do this stuff? What does he get out of, like, doing all of this? Um, and it's that mystery. That is a mystery that continues to build throughout the series. And you really wonder, what's the mindset of this villain? What is this guy thinking? And uh, you really start to wonder what he's all about, and what all these other characters are about, and what their motivations are. And the series does a great job of giving you just enough information to make you start having questions. You start asking questions about each of these characters, and suddenly you're interested. You want to know more about each of these characters, and they just drip feed you tiny pieces of information throughout the whole series, just to keep you interested. The way they handle these characters and the mysteries building between each of these characters is so good. It is done so well. Um, a lot of these characters have amazing personalities as well. And of course, the first angeloid he comes across, whose name is Icarus, um, she is not the only angeloid who ends up joining his crew. There is also Nymph, um, a and who is more into the technical side of things. Um, uh, Nymph. Nymph is more into the technical side of things, and Astria. Astria is a fighter, but she's very clumsy. She is constantly tripping over nothing, and she is incredibly dumb, like insanely dumb. Like, all the dumb blonde jokes that you could possibly make, yeah, they were made for her. She is a dumb blonde, and there is so much comedy that comes from her. Just how not only dumb she is, and how clumsy she is, but also just how naive and gullible she is. She is incredibly gullible. She is very naive, um, and it leads to a lot of absolutely hilarious moments with her. Icarus, the main angeloid, is still my favorite. I absolutely love her, voiced by the legendary Brittany Karbowski in the anime. Um, love Brittany Karbowski. She's my favorite voice actress. Um, and this is definitely like my favorite performance from her. I absolutely love it. It's so good. Um, uh, so yeah, the story basically just kind of follows the antics of all of these characters. Um, and not every episode focuses on Tomoki. Some episodes focus on the Angeloids, and whenever they do, it's always one of two things: either one, they're trying to fit in the human world, or two, uh, shit's about to go down. Because there are quite a healthy amount of fight scenes in this series, and it is just the fights are very entertaining, very interesting to watch. And the anime did a pretty damn good job of bringing a lot of those fights to life. So I really really commend uh, the the anime for that. They did a great job with that. Um, Now, unfortunately, the anime only covered the 2 seasons of anime, and the first movie only covered the first 10 volumes of the manga. There were still 10 volumes left that were never adapted. which is very unfortunate. I would have absolutely loved to see the second half of the series be adapted, but unfortunately, I don't think it will ever happen because it has been. How long has it been since the second season? Uh, it has been, oh God, it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years. It was 2010 when the final episode of season 2 came out. So I don't think we will. When was the movie? Um, Mid 2011. So it's been it's been 11 years. It's been 11 years um, since we've had an entry in the series. Um, Technically, there were 2 movies, but we don't talk about the second movie because the second movie attempted to tell the story of the second 10 volumes in 90 minutes. As you can imagine, it did not go well. And in fact, nothing made sense. If you did not read the manga beforehand, that second movie will make no sense whatsoever. It is so choppy, and so many things are like given a setup, but are never resolved. Like a certain character will be introduced, and then is not in the rest of the movie. And then a certain villain will be introduced, and it'll never be defeated. It just cuts to a different story. And then one story setup will be given to us with with a problem that needs solving, and it's never resolved. And then it cuts to the ending of the ending of the film where out of nowhere Icarus is flying Tomoki. Things are falling apart around things are falling around them. It looks like the apocalypse is happening, and she lets Tomoki down somewhere, and then just disintegrates out of nowhere. And then that's the end. Tomoki's like, I'm. It's time for me to go finish this, and then that's it. We got a freaking Halo 2 ending. With that movie. It was garbage. It was garbage. It tried to tell the entire story in 90 minutes, and it was garbage. Nothing was done well in that movie. Avoid it. Just avoid it. You are better off watching the first 2 seasons, the first movie, and then reading volumes 11 through 20. And yeah, I do highly recommend you do read this series. It is just a fantastic series, one that deserves more love, and deserves another chance at the anime, another attempt. It truly does deserve it. It is a fantastic series, and I very much love it. Icarus, of course, is my favorite character, as I mentioned earlier. If I had to pick a second favorite, it would be Astria, just because the comedy that we get from her is it's wonderful. It's nice. And yeah, I think that's actually everything. So yeah, let me know in the comment box below. What do you think of this series? Have you watched the anime? Have you read the manga? Tell me in the comment box below. In any case, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. And I will see you all in the next video for number 6. Take care, everybody.